Now let's find the derivative of all the trig functions. We know the derivative with respect to x of sine of x is equal to cos of x. All of the other trig derivatives can actually come from the fact that we know the derivative of sine. Let's look at the derivative of cos of x. The derivative with respect to x of cos of x, I could also write as the derivative with respect to x of sine of x plus pi over 2. I encourage you to pause the video and try and find this derivative on your own using the fact that the derivative of sine of x is cos of x. Hopefully you did pause the video and work out the derivative of cos of x on your own, and hopefully you got the same answer as me, that the derivative of cos of x is equal to negative sine of x. Now let's look at the derivative of tan of x using the derivative of sine of x and cos of x. The derivative of tan of x can be written as the derivative of sine of x over cos of x, and we can use the quotient rule in order to find the derivative. Now pause the video and try and work this derivative out on your own using the quotient rule. Now that you've worked it out on your own, you should notice that the derivative of tan of x is equal to 1 over cos squared of x, or we can write this more commonly as secant squared of x. Now let's look at finding the derivative of all the reciprocal functions. Let's start with the derivative with respect to x of cosecant x. This can also be written as the derivative of 1 over sine of x. Try pausing the video and solving it on your own. The derivative of cosecant of x is equal to negative cos of x over sine squared of x. This is more commonly written as negative cotangent of x times cosecant of x. Next is the derivative of secant of x. We can do this by finding the derivative of 1 over cos of x. Try pausing the video and finding it on your own. The derivative of secant of x is equal to sine of x over cos squared of x. This is more commonly written as tan of x times secant of x. Last but not least is the derivative of cotangent of x, or the derivative of 1 over tan of x, or we can find the derivative of cos of x over sine of x. Try and find the derivative on your own by pausing the video. The derivative of cotangent of x is equal to negative 1 over sine squared of x, or more commonly, negative cosecant of x. This is a list of derivatives for the 6 trigonometric functions.